So for this episode of Reidus and Cletus Weekly, we're talking all about the project Corvair. It has a bunch of names. We've called it the Corvair, we've called it the Stinger, and what was the other one we have with the Wasp Nest? What do we call it? And the Nightmare Vare. Basically, I bought this thing, out of a field for $1,200. It's like the most disgusting thing I've ever owned. The original plan when I bought this thing about a month ago was to get it ready for the Haggerty Maple Melee, and that didn't happen. So right now we're just doing all the work on it, trying to get it done by the end of the season. Mechanically, we've driven this thing around the block, but it is bad. Brakes work, and they're bad. The engine runs, but it's bad. That's pretty much all it's got. We think it's got a fueling issue. We're going to take the carburetor off. It's never been done in many years just sitting on the farm, so we're going to take it off, clean it, see where that gets us. But right now we're thinking we're probably going to have to rebuild the carburetor. The brakes need a bleed. I also have a box of brand new Corvair parts I need to put in this thing. I've got a brand new fuel pump, new shock absorbers, new wheel cylinders, a whole bunch of stuff. This car is getting like a bunch of new parts thrown at it. And among the parts thrown at it are these new wheels. This is a 14-inch wheel. The Corvair came with 13s on crappy tires. The tires on these things are like 50 years old. I bought some new Kumo tires. I'm pretty excited about that. We're going to bolt these all up. Stan and I were busy painting these today. We painted 3 of the rims silver, and this one's just going to stay red because we think it'll be kind of kooky and weird. But basically the big hurdles left to do on the car is make the brake system work better, make the engine actually work, and I don't think this car has reverse. We got to figure out if we want to fix that or just live without reverse. Again, the goal is to really just to get this thing kind of running and driving before the weather closes in on us here in Canada in the winter. I eventually like to build it up in sort of a early 911 style street racer kind of vibe. I don't know how feasible that's going to be, one of my crazy dreams, but it's good to be back in the garage working on it, and every day is a little bit closer. Thanks for watching this episode of Reidus and Cletus Weekly, and you will see a lot more of this car in the coming weeks and coming months.